What's up, everybody? Come on in. Welcome to another episode of the Focus Daily Show. Today, we will be continuing to discuss the who of the who, what, when, where, and why of the Federal Reserve, the forefathers of this Federal Reserve, if you will. Yesterday, we discussed um, J.P. Morgan. Today, we will deal with Nelson W. Aldrich, the man with the plan, the man who put this thing together. As usual, we watch a video. I chime in every once in a while to bring some clarity to the situation. Yeah, let us begin. Nelson Wilmarth Aldrich.
Nelson Wilmarth Aldrich, November 6, 1841 April 16, 19...
Don't mind the computer AI voice. This is the best video I can locate, so we're going to run with it.
1915, was a prominent American politician and a leader of the Republican Party in the United States Senate, where he served from 1881 to 1911. By the 1890s, he was one of...
So, we deal with timelines and dates, and the 1980s to the 1910s, that's precisely within that period where they began to overthrow our God-given government. I'll put it that way. Up until that point, God still played a major role in this government, and we were still somewhat following his rules, at least as far as currency and money is concerned. Then in came these money changers and threw us all for a loop.
Of the big four key Republicans who largely controlled the major decisions of the Senate, along with Orville H. Platt, William B. Allison, and John Coates Spoon. Because of his impact on national politics and central position on the pivotal Senate Finance Committee, he was referred to by the press and public alike as the general manager of the nation, dominating tariff and monetary policy in the first decade of the 20th century. Born in Foster, Rhode Island, Aldrich served in the Union Army during the American Civil War. After the war, he became a partner in a large wholesale grocery firm and one...
Once again, during that Abraham Lincoln era, they like us believe that this war was about slavery. But actually, this war was about banking organizations and corporations trying to take over the government and bring in this new beast system, which involved registration, birth certificates, social security numbers, fiat currency, but most importantly, it involved the selling and trading of men's souls, which backed all of the aforementioned.
On election to the Rhode Island House of Representatives, he served a single term in the United States House of Representatives before winning election to the Senate. In the Senate, he helped to create an extensive system of tariffs that protected American factories and farms from foreign competition, and he was a co-sponsor of the Payne-Aldrich Tariff Act. He also helped win Senate approval of the 1898 Treaty of Paris, which ended the Spanish-American War. Aldrich led the passage of the Aldrich-Vreeland Act, which established the National Monetary Commission to study the causes of the Panic of 1907.
There we have it. If you've been paying attention to this show and been tuning in, I often speak of how they speak in codes. Right there, that code just said that his plan was to put in this new monetary system. Let's let it play.
American War. Aldrich led the passage of the Aldrich-Vreeland Act, which established the National Monetary Commission to study the causes of the Panic of 1907. He served as...
So, with this introduction of this system, it created that panic, which was manufactured actually. It wasn't a real panic, but they needed panic in order to bring in this new beast system. As along with today, wars, terrorism threats, all of the above. They're just placed before us to place us in a state of fear and panic, which allows them to continue to perpetrate this system. As long as we are in a state of war or a possible war, they can continue to run the system based on this fiat currency and this registration and birth certificates that I speak so much of. On my previous videos, I talked about the state of war, but there's more to come. Let's roll on.
As chair of that commission, which drew up the Aldrich Plan as a basis for a reform of the financial regulatory system, the Aldrich Plan strongly influenced the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, which established the Federal Reserve System. Aldrich also sponsored the 16th
Federal Reserve System, aka the Beast System, aka the Number of Man System, 666 System, the Sesta QV Trust System. All of these words play a key role in the information that I'm presenting. It is up to you to do your research. I'm just here to introduce the topics. I know some of y'all wish that I would go more and more depth and don't appreciate how I'm just be skimming the surface of this topic, but this information must be required for yourself. You must study to show yourself approved.
Amendment, which allowed for a direct federal income tax, deeply committed to the efficiency model of the progressive era.
That's what made my job so easy. I don't have to go in depth. I just have to put this information in front of you. If this information, if you gravitate towards this information, just a sign that you're with God and He wants you to know the truth that I present. By the way, we with God over here on this Focus Daily TV. The real God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So while we're here, hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel, hashtag Focus Daily TV. Let's roll on.
He believed that his financial and trade policies would lead to greater efficiency. Reformers, however, denounced him as representative of the evils of big business. His daughter Abigail married into the Rockefeller family, and his descendants, including namesake Nelson A. Rockefeller,
it's dang like they speak in reverse. They say what he's not gonna do or didn't do, but that was actually what he did and what he was gonna do. But that's how they speak amongst the initiated. Yeah, amongst the privateers, the Illuminati.
Became powerful figures in American politics and banking. Family background: Aldrich was born in Foster, Rhode Island, into a middle-class family purportedly descended from noted English immigrants John Winthrop, William Wickenden, and Roger Williams. His branch passed through generations of declining circumstances. His father was Annan E. Aldrich, a mill hand, and
put his face on that money, making him a false god.
Mother Abby Burgess. He attended public schools in East Kingley, Connecticut and the East Greenwich Academy, a boarding school in Rhode Island. Early career: Aldrich's first job was clerking for the largest wholesale grocer in the state, where he worked his way up to become a partner in the firm. He served briefly in the Union Army during the American Civil War when he enlisted.
All of that, let me play it again with straight code. See if you can break it down.
In the firm. He served briefly in the Union. Aldrich's first job was clerking for the largest wholesale grocer in the state, where he worked his way up to become a partner in the firm. He served briefly in the Union Army during the American Civil War when he enlisted as a private in Company D of the 10th Rhode Island Infantry on May 26, 1862. Aldrich.
They literally broke it down. In fact, that's enough for today. Hopefully, I got your attention. Hopefully, you'll hit that like button and subscribe and support the channel. Hashtag Focus Daily TV. Hopefully, I'll see you next time. We out.